Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. In this how to play video I'm going to take a look at Silver Hand Paladin, or Dude Paladin as it's sometimes called, which is a powerful paladin deck that is in a fairly dominant position in the current Hearthstone metagame. Not only is the deck powerful, but it's also one of the cheapest powerful decks that you can build, so that makes it twice as attractive, especially for free-to-play players. The idea of Silver Hand Paladin is that it's a very aggressive deck that relies on refilling the board time and time again, even if the opponent clears it, so that it's ultimately able to push through and finish the job. It's not quite as fast as pure aggro Paladin is, it's not quite as snowbally as Murloc Paladin is, but what it really excels at is making new boards once the old boards are wiped out. The obvious first tool of filling up boards is Call to Arms, an incredibly powerful paladin card that's basically used in all paladin archetypes at the moment. Pulling 3 minions, thinning your deck, getting rid of those early game drops from your deck so that your draws will be better, and populating the board at the same time. This is supported by Stand Against Darkness, a mid-game spell that you can use to build up a board of recruits. Goes extremely well with, for example, Knife Juggler. And by Drygal's Jailer. The reason there's only one copy of Drygal's Jailer in this deck is that if you play 2 Drygal's Jailers or draw 2 of them from Call to Arms, for example, and they both die, then you're pretty likely to end up milling some cards. But the Jailer can still give you some additional refills, as can Lost in the Jungle. So you have tons of ways to make new Silverhand recruits and other minions on the board. In the late game, another important card for refills and damage is Vine Cleaver. It's a splendid card. Big weapon, lots of damage, and lots of Silverhand recruits to go with that. With this ability to create lots of Silverhand recruits, you also want ways to buff them up, and this deck features multiple ways to do that. The classic way, of course, is Sunkeeper Tarim, which turns everything into trees. You can build your recruits, make them into a sizable force, then trade or go face as needed. There are also 2 copies of Lightfuse Stegodon, which can adapt your recruits, so for example building a board of 4/1 recruits is a pretty powerful move. The opponent will have to be able to answer that, or you can just go face and win the game. Another nice buff for the recruits is the Steward of Darkshire, which has to be played before the recruits, so once the recruits come out, when Steward of Darkshire is on the board, they all gain Divine Shield. And once they have Divine Shield, they're more difficult to deal with. Then you can Tarim them afterwards, or you can Stegodon them afterwards, or you can just play Rallying Blade afterwards and turn them into 2/2s with Divine Shield. Furthermore, Unidentified Maul sometimes gives you buffs. It can also give them Divine Shield, or +1 attack, which would be the best things in general. Sometimes it ends up giving you Taunt or just additional 1/1s, which are the worst results of the Maul. Some versions of this deck also run more recruit synergy cards, which are usually the Crystal Lion, which is cheaper when you have recruits available, and the Level Up, which makes your recruits a bit stronger. However, in this particular build I have chosen to cut both of these cards, because there are also some other minions than just recruits in this deck, and I prefer buffs and cards that are not that recruit specific, such as the Sea Giant. Because when you play Call to Arms, for example, maybe the opponent is also building a board, you often get positions where you're able to weave in that Sea Giant, where you wouldn't be able to use the Crystal Lion as effectively. And as for the Level Up, I generally don't find it that useful. There are Duskbreakers in the meta, there are Hellfires in the meta. Those 3/3 recruits are something that can be dealt with. So this build focuses a bit more on just creating more of them and just giving them attack to finish the job. Another deck choice that I have made for this deck is the inclusion of Consecration. So especially in the mirror match and in combination with Equality, you can use Consecration to wipe the enemy board and gain board control and keep pushing through. There's only 1 copy of Consecration and there's only 1 copy of Equality, because passive and reactive play is not really a thing. You want to be the proactive part, you want to create those boards. These are just tools that will help you push through in cases where you need it. For card draw, this deck uses Divine Favor. Doesn't do much in aggro mirrors, but when you're facing control decks, then Divine Favor is very good at digging those equalities and consecrations for you, so that you will be able to wipe their defenses and use your board to hit face. When you mulligan with this deck, like with all Paladin decks, you're always keeping Call to Arms. Call to Arms is such a great card, and it's an immense tempo swing. You really want to have that card. But what else you keep depends a bit on the matchup. 1-drops are generally pretty good. If you're expecting a mirror, Knife Juggler is a good one, because those juggles generally are able to deal with plenty of minions in the mirror match. And sometimes it's also worth keeping some weapons, especially if you have some minions to go with them, so that you can use the weapons to trade away the opponent's minions and gain board control. The deck is usually not very fast, so your first couple of turns are a little bit slow, but you need to try to find the ways to get those tempo swings going, and then by turn 4 or 5 you start to get the really good control of the board and the game. For an aggressive deck, this deck is also surprisingly good at taking things into long games. I have won games with this deck where I'm at or near fatigue even, because just creating new board after new board after new board sometimes causes the opponent to run out of removal, and then you can still win even if you're used almost all things that you have. So a very powerful deck with lots of synergies between the cards, synergies between the Divine Shields and things, synergies between the recruits and other things, synergies between having plenty of minions on the board. As always, I've prepared a bunch of gameplay material about this deck for you, and remember, if you enjoy this content, then please click the like button and subscribe to my channel for more. And now let's go take a look at some Silver Hand Paladin in action. Ratkin, you held out against making a Raza Priest video. Well, everyone had already made a Raza Priest video. I would have been too late. +1 attack. Alright. Well, Warlock is the counter to Silver Hand Paladin, so I'm almost guaranteed to lose. But I don't worry about that. I hit face, and then we see what happens. No, I lost my consecration. That's bad. I really enjoyed that consecration. That was definitely among my favorite cards. If I don't kill the Gnome Ferraro, then it will kill some of my stuff. I could play Direwolf Alpha, trade both in, play one of the recruits. Weak to Defile. I play Call to Arms next turn anyway. Yeah, I think I'd rather use this one now than the Maul. I think Maul can be better later. I believe this is the correct play. I don't trust any Warlocks who don't tap. Well, when you're facing an aggro deck, you don't always tap, because you're trying to minimize the incoming damage. But all he needs to buy is to buy a few turns and he wins. And he managed to mill Consecration and Sea Giant, which were both pretty good cards for the matchup. I'm sad. Can I get a Knife Juggler? I can get a Knife Juggler, but I get it last. Well, that sucks, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. Also no taunts, so he gets to pick the trade with the Gnome Ferraro. Or he can just hit the Divine Shield minion and Defile, or Hellfire. That went pretty badly. Well, that would be the Steward. Steward is nice because he hasn't had Defile up to this point. I guess we're trying with the Steward here. Let's see where the juggles start landing. I don't need to play the Righteous Protector yet. There's no incentive for me to have a taunt, and I get the Divine Shield anyway thanks to the Steward. Do I trade away Divine Shield? Well, Defile is a board clear always. I think I'll actually do it like this. So he didn't have Defile last turn, and now Hellfire is a little bit less effective. He did have the Defile already last turn, he just was a little bit greedier with it. Okay, I can appreciate that. Also keeping his hand size low so I don't get a lot of Divine Favor value. Oh, this is rather miserable. Next turn I probably try with the Divine Favor. This turn I'll just try to push through a little bit. But we'll see. He had a reasonably good anti-aggro hand. What he's missing is Lackey and Pact. He might be able to find those in time. Also was able to pick up a Hellfire, so Defile, Hellfire, also all of his early game minions, so lots of nice things there. Not a Divine Favor turn yet. This is a let's fill this board once again turn. And punch him in the face and see if he can find some defenses. He can actually coin twisting if he likes. One Defile gone, one Hellfire gone. I have the Blessed Maul, which gives this additional attack if for some reason he's unable to find. He had 2 Defiles. Yeah, Paladin has good refill, but I mean, Warlock is still very strong. 7 cards. Do I want to draw 5 or 6? Does it matter? It matters if I get a Knife Juggler. Well, let's draw 5 cards. I think 5 cards is enough. There's a Knife Juggler. So then we play the Knife Juggler. And we summon some minions. So we can deal some damage. Okay. We have survived 2 Defile, but now he can coin a Void Lord. I mean, I can obviously kill the Void Lord with Equality, but I cannot kill the Void Walkers. Because he milled my Consecration, which was my secret weapon. It's coin Void Lord every time here. Well, it could be Twisting Nether if he has one in hand, or Hellfire. Those would be perfectly fine against this deck. 2 Defiles, 1 Hellfire, a ton of minions. What next? 2 Hellfires. Well.
Yes, oh yes, they'll serve me now.
And I have no more Knife Jugglers. It's Vine Cleaver time. Vine Cleaver and we're hitting face, obviously. Do I play the Lost in the Jungle here? Yes, I believe I do. Okay. Warlock's next move. 4 AoE and he could still lose. He could. But it's pretty unlikely. I mean, he had everything. Absolutely everything. Well, he had absolutely everything. He had every piece of AoE in his deck. Stegodon doesn't help me. Equality doesn't help me. He probably plays Gul'dan next turn. I think he got this. Well, what can he do? I mean, Warlock is the worst counter matchup, and in the top half of his deck he had every anti-aggro card in his entire deck. But this is to be expected. I mean, you expect to lose to Warlock. Nice rat. So he's still looking for Gul'dan then. That's a spellstone. Every anti-aggro card, as I said. I still have a lot of value in the deck, but it might be coming a bit late.
Should I? Back to your homes. Burn.
Need to start killing these, but I mean, if he has cooldown, I don't think this is going to work out. I can also call to Am's Righteous Protector from the deck. This is probably my turn now, but it will be exceedingly difficult to push through. He still doesn't have cooldown. Okay. Ah, but he has another Void Lord. This is getting interesting though. So I'm going to equality this board, right? I suppose I do. There is still the chance that he has the 4/7. Yeah, I can't push through the Void Lord otherwise. I equality this board. Kill the Void Lord. Hero power. Play the Stegodon. I can get +3 attack for these fellows. Oops, I messed up the attacks a little bit. Well, I messed up the attacks a little bit there. It was a rather intense turn. Difficult to get right. He has Twisting Nether. Okay, well, we go with Stand Against Darkness then.
Reporting for duty. Reporting for duty.
That I hit with Rallying Blade this turn, right? I don't have anything with Divine Shield left, so this is the move. Okay. Has he found that Gul'dan yet? I mean, Gul'dan of course ends the game. Or another Twisting Nether ends the game. Nezot also ends the game. Yeah, that's unfortunately too much. Fine. You can have your win, Warlock. You can have your win. I think I'm keeping only the Squire. I was considering keeping the weapon, but the weapon comes back anyway. Give your minions taunt. Well, this is the weakest one, so we low rolled a bit there. I don't like these unidentified weapons. I don't like that you put cards in your deck that then sometimes work and most of the time don't. So that's just... But the high rolls of them all are so important. So if I play the Knife Juggler, can he kill it? I guess we're about to find out. Can you kill a Knife Juggler? What does he have?
You are the Shadow's puppet.
Reasonable. I kind of expected this from a Spiteful Priest, to be honest. And this play was against that. So then I can play the Protector and I can play the Direwolf Alpha. So that I can start trading away this stuff. Well,
The light dims, but we will fight.
there we got the hit. Yes, I think I do. Because this leaves the board in a state where this one has Divine Shield. He could coin Duskbreaker now. That would be a strong play. That would leave me with a 1. Actually, he can first trade that one in, so that would then clear the board. But he has to have the Duskbreaker now. Well, that's the way this matchup goes. Priest has to have a Duskbreaker, at least one. We're smorking tonight. A little bit at least. So hit here first, then coin Duskbreaker is a board clear. Anything else is quite subpar. Well, he could be saving the Duskbreaker here. But it's a reasonable move. I want to attack with this one first, and then I want to play this here. Because if he for some reason doesn't have the AoE, then I can use the Direwolf Alpha buff on that one. This is how it's designed to go. Oh, interesting. Not very powerful, but interesting. Because now I have this one here to sacrifice. That's the way it's designed, because it's next to Direwolf Alpha here. Next to Direwolf Alpha are the ones who are the first to die. So taunts and taunts and death rattles. Oh, interesting call to arms. That can potentially be really powerful. I think I want to play it immediately. Yeah, let's grab those minions out there. More knife jugglers? Yes, please. Let's juggle. Okay, do I want to keep a taunt alive? Makes little difference. Recruits have some buffs associated with them, but I guess keeping taunt alive has some value. I can drop one of these over there to get a couple of more juggles to the face. And then that small matter of a Duskbreaker. Would you have one at hand right now, Mr. Priest? I guess he doesn't, because he would have played it already if he did. And there goes the Spiteful Priest. But let me see. What can we do here? Actually, finding Call to Arms feels good, man. Ooh, and a Divine Shield Giver. That's also good. Alright. Warlock kept 3 cards, which means that there's going to be removal for days. Maybe they're all meme locks. I doubt it. I somehow doubt it. There's not going to be removal for days. It's going to be 2. We're going to the 2.
No more take candles.
And if 2 has Despicable Dreadlord, as they always do, then that can be a problem. Oh, that's a good Glacial Shard. Very nice, very nice. So what I can do is kill off the Drygal's Jailer and play 3 Silver Hand Recruits from hand. Then I will have a board advantage. I also have the Call to Arms coming next turn. So I have some options with the Purifier Small. I'm going to play the Purifier Small, and this fellow is going to hit there. Let's do it like this. It's a zoo whose brain cells run away. Yeah. I think this is better setup, because it's unlikely for him to have another Glacial Shard already in hand. And then my Call to Arms can get some things done here. If I can Call to Arms a Knife Juggler, for example, when his minions are all at 1 health. Let's see. Let's get that Knife Juggler going. Come on. Knife Juggler as the first minion. As the last minion. No. This is not what was promised to me. Not Knife Juggler as the last minion. I mean, if this was the first minion, that would have probably been a board clear. But not today. Not today. Good try still. I killed the demons, by the way, to avoid these Blood Fury potions and stuff. Next turn he can be Despicable Dreadlord. So that's pretty annoying. He doesn't run Consecrate. I do run Consecration. I absolutely do. Do I play around Despicable Dreadlord is the question. I think I can do it like this. I can hit there. Then I can equip the Rallying Blade to make this one a 2/2. Still with a Divine Shield. Then I think I can play a couple of these Silver Hand recruits from hand. So if he plays the Despicable Dreadlord, I can trade it away immediately. It kills off these two, of course, but it won't be that big of a deal.
Total corruption, total power.
Do I even care about this one? I mean, I have the option to play Tarim. Tarim's really strong here. I know he didn't have Despicable Dreadlord, but yeah, it's Tarim. It's Tarim. I mean, he won't be able to recover from that. Yeah, I think I only keep the 1-drop. You may have the same as an aggro bit to output. You want to kill him with Invincible Speed, it's the way to go. Well, I don't know. I find myself questioning my plays a lot when I'm playing aggro. I mean, it would be easier if I was just used to hitting face, but I'm used to not hitting face, so then I'm always thinking, okay, would this actually be a position where it would make sense to hit face? Or is it not? There's no reason for me to trade. I don't gain anything from trading. I can't even kill that, so it would just be a hit on that. Okay, let's see what the Call to Arms is going to give me. Well, it did give me a Knife Juggler. Hitting there plays around Hellfire. I want to play around Hellfire. Hellfire and Defile. All of the board clears. I just want, if he gets the board clear, I just want his minion to die as well. And as we can see, there's Defile coming. But if I didn't do the hit, he could have played the Defile still. There isn't a Defile. Oh, that's interesting.
The light protects me.
Reporting for duty.
Come on. Can I at least get a hit on that?
Reporting for duty.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Juggler. You finally realized what I was looking for. Well, he hasn't had any clears then. Did he find a Defile now?
No. Trust me.
He still didn't find a Defile. The Juggler understood perfectly what I wanted. It just took him a while. He's a little bit slow. Don't hold it against him. I think this looks like a Sea Giant turn. Let's just slam a Sea Giant on this board and hit some face. Because now, even if he finds a Defile, yeah, he has to resort to Siphon Souling the Sea Giant, which takes his entire turn. And then I just have lethal with Tarim, right? So sorry about taking my time. I apologize. Well, I should apologize to my opponent, really, but yeah, anyway. Yeah, it's overkill. It's way overkill. You sure Warlock is a bad matchup? Yes, it is. I mean, the Warlocks that I have won just haven't found any of the right cards. One of them was playing with Howl Fiend. Come on, seriously. Maybe he didn't even have lackeys in the deck. I guess he didn't even have lackeys. Or maybe lackeys were at the bottom as well. Who knows? But now a clearly an elite opponent because of the secrecy.
Is someone injured?
Reporting for duty.
Well, can't help it if they have the cleric. There's no way you start playing around cleric as an aggro deck. You just go in, do your thing. Now he actually has to make a difficult choice because he has to choose between destroying the Divine Shield or killing a minion. He doesn't want Golden Northshire. Okay, so it's a role player then. We'll see. Chatissa näkyy kaikki puhukaran koko ajan. Refreshat vaan sen sinne. Combo. That would be Combo Priest. I can choose to kill one. Interesting choices. Next turn I can play the Call to Arms. I guess I don't want him to have cheap spells. I suppose cheap spells intimidate me the most. Now we need a good Call to Arms. And hopefully he doesn't have Divine Favors and Inner Fires. Then I would need an Equality. Oh, that Dark Reaper is not bad either. Okay. What's my Call to Arms like? It's reasonable. Next turn I can get some juggles going, but we're still looking whether he has that Divine Spirit Inner Fire. 2 powered shields played. That was a very strong opener. Drew a bunch of cards, made his minions a lot stronger. I have some potential Knife Juggler plays for next turn, unless he silences the Dry Gulch. I mean, it has to be combo, right, if he's running Radiant Elemental and stuff. So far everything is really good for me. Okay, he's looking for Duskbreaker. I obviously don't know whether he found it or not. Who knows about these things really? But I'm killing this one. And I guess I'm killing the Cleric as well. And I can play Knife Juggler and some minions, right? It's acceptable. I think I want to do that. Hero power or pair of more recruits. I think it's just hero power here. I think this is the line. Conserves some of my resources for later turns. He was looking for Duskbreaker and that was a snap pick, so there's a reasonable chance he found it. Now for next turn I have potential to play like Recruit Stegodon. Probably not Stand Against Darkness yet. So he doesn't have the... So he actually doesn't have the Duskbreaker. He does have the Duskbreaker, he just wanted to fool around. Does he have 2 Duskbreakers? I could play 2 recruits into Stegodon this turn. That's one option. The other option is to play Stand Against Darkness. If I play Stand Against Darkness... Stand Against Darkness is fine. Let's play that. Probably discovered one but doesn't want to reveal. Yeah, it was a snap pick, so it's quite likely. Haha, he gets some Silver Hand recruits too. Okay. Is it equality time?
Reporting for duty. Reporting for duty.
But it is adaptation time. I guess +1/+1 will have to do then. But am I trading or am I hitting face? He has more dragons because the operative is here.
The battle! The battle! The battle! The battle!
I think I'm trading. I'm not sure. That may have been incorrect. I just have a pretty good feel that he would have a Duskbreaker, but maybe it isn't. Maybe he was just able to bluff me with the snap pick. That's Rallying Blade. Six cards in hand. I can play the Juggler and I can play the Direwolf. And this is still a combo priest. So I need to remember that.
Put this apple on your head.
And I can Divine Favor for some cards. And I found a Lost in the Jungle.
Reporting for duty.
So let's use that.
Reporting for duty.
Can I get another one there? No, I couldn't. Feels bad, man. Am I still on a trading plan? I guess I am. I guess I am on a trading plan. I don't know. Maybe I'm too afraid of the combo, really. It's possible that I'm just too afraid of the combo. Now that's the downside. I don't have equality once he goes with the Divine Spirit.
Reporting for duty.
I think I'll try this. +3 attack.
The battle!
Well, now we're on a phase plan. Let's see how this one turns out. Has he found AoE from Lyra? Or Silence? Consecration is in my hand, so he can't get the Consecration. That's an upside. He had more Duskbreakers. Hate it when that happens. Give your minions Divine Shield. Tiny bit too late. Oh dear. Oh dear. That's rough. Yeah, that was indeed a discovered Duskbreaker from history, and that's generally what Priest needs. If they can get a couple, they need at least 2 board clears. Then they can have a chance. Anything I could use? If I have 4, I can draw 4 cards. Drawing 4 cards is fine. Let's draw 4 cards. Because if I can find this card, Divine Cleaver, I can use that to kill Lyra and start rebuilding a board.
Once upon a time.
Can he find a 3rd Duskbreaker? That would be rather spectacular.
The light protects me.
Well, that's a big board for him. Nice. And he's still a combo priest, so he might be able to kill me with the Twilight Drake. So do I have to play Equality Consecration? After I use Equality Consecration, well, I still have Tarim afterwards. That one will live. Equality Consecration costs 6. I can weave in a Sea Giant. I hit there. Then I play the Equality. Then I play the Sea Giant, and then I play the Consecration. That leaves him with a 2-1 on the board. And I will have a Sea Giant on the board. Of course he might have a Shadow Death. There's still one Lyra card left as well, so... Acolyte isn't bad either.
You wish to live forever.
Neither is that one. No, some brick minions. Okay, then I will have to play the Sunkeeper, right? And give my minions Divine Shield too. But I have to play Sunkeeper before I attack. No, I can hit that first. Then I can sacrifice the Sea Giant.
Options.
I want to give them Divine Shield also to play around another Duskbreaker.
Burn.
So I hit here first. Summon some more minions. Then I can play Lost in the Jungle. Then I can play Tarim. And then I can play Purifier Small. And take that trade. So now... Of course, if he has a Deathwing, he wins. Mass Dispel as the final Lyra card. Wow. That was nice. It did make the Sea Giant an 8/8, of course, but still, that was pretty sweet. Dragon! Oh, he had 2 Lyra cards. Mass Dispel! Oh, wow. You don't have those from Lyra every day now, do you? Let me tell you, no, you do not. Mass Dispel and Dragonfire Potion from Lyra. How is that even possible to have Mass Dispel and Dragonfire Potion from Lyra? I guess it just is possible. The smile is hiding the pain. Oh, I'm cool, I'm cool.
The light protects me.
Let's play another Sea Giant. Jack Dobby, what should I get instead of Valera in a Kingsbane rogue deck? You have to have Valera, or otherwise you have to play some kind of very aggro-ish Kingsbane. That's the other option. If this is everything he does, this is lethal. Which is as planned. But then you could maybe look into some kind of aggro Kingsbane build. If you don't go with the Valera. You can't build the mill version without Valera. Well, you have to kill one of these. Or at least remove the Divine Shield. Well, I don't know, but I do know that I win this game now. Which I think is amply deserved. Who knows about this stuff? I think Knife Juggler can potentially be really good in this matchup. As can the Silver Hand Recruits from the Jailer. This means that I don't have a 1-drop though. Should I have mulliganed aggressively for a 1-drop? You could argue for that one too. Now I find a 1-drop. A little late. But we go with the Jailer. And try to work from there. Oh, he has a Jailer too. Hitting face is good. Will my Juggler live? Most likely it will. So I can play Juggler into the Protector now. And as long as I kill something from here, I'm in a decent position, because he needs to have a Juggler now too. He could have Coin Call to Arms, which could give him a Juggler. But other than that, he can't get through the Righteous Protector.
The light protects
Not yet anyway. Which gives me a pretty good position.
Reporting for duty.
Not yet ready for stand against darkness. I mean, I could play the Rallying Blade to kill the Direwolf. If he has a weapon and I play the Direwolf and use this one to kill his Direwolf. Rallying Blade and 1 minion. Not good enough. Come on. No! Knife Juggler! You needed to hit a minion. I wanted Juggler to hit a minion. I really wanted it to hit a minion. It was very important. 3 minions, 1 face, 3 knives. 2 go to face, 1 goes to minions. I needed 2 knives in the minions and I would have been fine. Now there are clear risks. The Juggler is going to die every time here. Yeah. Clear risks, as I said. If he has a Knife Juggler, I mean, all he needs is a Knife Juggler and he's in such a good position, because my Juggler is blind. And that can pull a Knife Juggler. It does, but as the last minion. And his Juggler is blind too. These Jugglers, they're just bad. Why are you so bad? I don't know, but I like it. I need to play the Rallying Blade this turn. So 2 of them straight there. Rallying Blade kills the Juggler. That's the way it has to be. So Squire.
The light protects me.
And Hero Power. And the Rallying Blade. And 2 of these minions straight here. This one kills that one. And I kill the Juggler, because Juggler is dangerous. When you play a token deck like this, it's the Juggler that's dangerous. What's the adapt? Death Rattle would be bad. My shield is a little bit annoying. Ooh, Call to Arms. Well, it can't pull anything for the Steward to buff. But it's obviously still a big deal. Call to Arms time. Ooh, we pull a Juggler. Sweet. So I can trade away the Direwolf. And I can trade away the Stegodon. Then I can get even more stuff on the board. These Jugglers have not been that much on point today, but at least it has went both ways. Vine Cleaver's sweet. That's a really sweet card. I wish I had one too. Do I take any value trades? I don't think I need to, right? I can just take the trades with these recruits. I don't have anything that buffs recruits right now anyway. So I can play the Steward.
Back to your homes.
And I can play the Sea Giant. That would be 5 mana. Then I can't Hero Power. I don't have to Hero Power. Let's just draw with 3 with the Divine Favor now that I can. Okay. Able to take another mirror. Nice. But I want to fight with Consecration, I think. It's Murlocs. It's not what... This is not what was promised to me. It's actually Murlocs. Oh my. Well, it should be a good matchup for this deck, but I don't have Call to Arms. Does he have Rockwool Hunter? He has the Hunter. Ouch. This can get painful. Consecration totally wrecks the mirror. Yeah, that's why I kept it. But turns out that this is not the mirror. Matsuki, make me famous. Hi YouTube. I don't have that many viewers. And this is going to be tricky. I think this is what I want to do. Not yet the time to go Juggler. I have the option to go Squire Coin Rallying Blade. Oh, seriously.
The light protects me.
He trades. He's afraid. And rightfully so. Is it consecration time yet? Or do I trust in the power of Knife Juggler? Jackals will go face again, yeah. But if I consecrate, do I have any way to come back? I mean, he just floods the board again. But I can do Juggler Lost in the Jungle hero power next turn, so I get 3 juggles. But I can't deal with something like War Leader. I think I consecrate. This was a very difficult turn. Because now if he has something like Call to Arms, but if he had Call to Arms he would have played it last turn. There was no way he would keep Call to Arms and play Gentle Megazord on 2 minions instead. So now my Juggler has to be on point. Juggler, you can do it. I trust you.
The light dims, but we fight.
Good Juggler. Good Juggler. No, his Juggler is also a good Juggler. No! His Juggler was a good Juggler. I hate it when that happens. So I could trade away a couple of these and put a Sea Giant on the board. He would still have the War Leader. But if I play Tarim, I'm not trading any more stuff if I play Tarim. Sea Giant time. Trade away the Juggler, trade away the 4-1. Okay. This is a pretty hectic game. The one who finds Call to Arms first wins, right? So he found Tarim. Does that mean I also play Tarim now? I guess it does. If I don't play Tarim, what do I play? Hero Power Rallying Blade. No, I have to play Tarim too. Then I can trade away his Tarim and I can trade away his War Leader. Well, well. No, he has secrets. Many secrets I have. Yes, I do. Oh no. Does he play around Divine Favor? That was pretty sweet. Like Divine Favor for 1 card. That's an odd inclusion with Call to Arms. They all play the Hydrologist still. It's still powerful enough to do that. I think I want the numbers.
The light dims,
and not the Divine Favor yet. So then I will try to kill this one first, in case it happens to be Getaway Coda or something like that. But it's not, so then we kill the Hydrologist. He can still kill the Protector. And he can probably play his cards too. So there's the risk that now that I can't play Divine Favor at all. I had to choose between drawing one card or making the Hero Power. I opted to go for the Hero Power, but was that correct? Because now if he plays both cards from his hand...
The light dims, but we fight.
He had a Divine Favor too. Into another Divine Favor. Okay. Phew, I do get to play a card. That's good, that's good. Stand against darkness time.
Reporting for duty.
And then I'll Divine Favor.
To battle.
There's no reason for me to use the weapon there. He can't buff this one anyway. Well, with the Blessing of Kings he could. More secrets. Oh no! Redemption punishes me. If he finds redemption, then that is a punish. Okay, I didn't see that coming. I really didn't see that coming. I guess that's redemption, and that is a punish. Ouch. It's not redemption. Okay. Then we try to kill that one once again. Noble Sacrifice. I guess I do want to play the Direwolf Alpha, but he can just kill it with the Rallying Blade. I think that's still the way. We kill this one. And I'm going to kill this one now. Whoever finds Call to Arms is going to win the game. Most likely. Tarims are gone from both sides. Well, I will soon have nothing left to draw with Call to Arms. There are only 3 minions left for me. He still has Protector, Chum, Inquisitor, Juggler. And he still has Murloc buffs left. So there's the Seers, there's a Megasaur, and he has the Murloc Hero Power. So how is this one going to go? Still has the 1/2 that gains attack also. Oh no, he gets the board with the Divine Shield minion. No, he doesn't, because I find Vine Cleaver. He has spent both Divine Favors, so I try to maximize my mana use every turn from here. 1/2 that gains that. Yeah, the Murloc Tidecaller. Yeah, you're right, you're right. I was the one to find Call to Arms. This Juggler really doesn't know how to hit. Okay. He cannot come back on board with the Vine Cleaver. Yeah, Vine Cleaver is powerful. that was pretty. I don't even. He's smart. Yeah, my jugglers. They tend to be smorky. I don't know. We both fought like that. That was like a movie fight, you know, where people just keep, like from Rocky or something. People just keep hitting each other, even though they're really tired and can hardly lift their arm. But still, somehow they find some power to land one more punch. Really, both fought until exhaustion. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the show, please click the like button and subscribe to my channel for more.